Welcome back, everyone. I know it's been a while, and I've been very busy, and I'm sorry. I know you all have been waiting for me, and I haven't posted in a long time, but today that changes. You guys have been asking for more, and I mean a lot. And I just want to say thank you all for the crazy support. Like, holy this is insane. With all of this being said, I decided to make you guys a big modded playthrough video on, well, of course, Calamity. This video was a ton of fun to make and also took me a long time, so I would appreciate it a bunch if you guys could leave a ton of support. I'm sorry, this intro is very long, and I don't want to waste any more time. Without further ado, I'll stop talking, and let's get into this video. And so I started to make my character like always, and this time I wanted to take a different approach and use the Summoner class, as it is my favorite class, and I've never played Calamity Summoner. Of course, we have to be in Master Mode and Revengeance Mode once I load in. Also, one tiny thing I forgot to mention is that this isn't really 100 days, it's more like 130 days, because it took me so long to beat some bosses. Day 1 was pretty self-explanatory, and like every other playthrough, I started by heading left and diving into a cave where I got super lucky and found a gold coin circle. After a while, I kept mining and picked up a band of regeneration, which is honestly a solid early find. Then I got my first life crystal, which is going to be a big help, and along my journey, I was able to pick up some shoe spikes. Things were going great until I died. No! I dropped 16 gold! But no big deal. I went back, grabbed my money, and even found another life crystal while I was at it. After that, I returned to spawn, built 2 NPC houses, as well as crafted up a gold pickaxe and a new axe to wrap up the day. Day 2 started off with the crazy find. I got a sugar glider from a tree, and this pet is super rare, and now I have a tiny cute little animal with me for the painstaking journey. I plan to expand the houses and clean up the base a bit, because right now it looks like I just threw some wood together in a panic. And time to make things look a little less like a survival shelter and a little more like a nice castle. This literally took the entire day and is honestly pretty boring in general. Day 3 was all about progress, kept working on the base, made it look a lot better. Then I went out to hunt some wolfram enemies for materials to eventually craft the necessary summoner armor and weapons I needed. Finally, I crafted a gold watch, so now I can actually tell the time instead of guessing for each day. And if I was in the mines, I could see if it was night or not as well. After that, I got bored and started digging a elevator and mined up any ores or gems along the way. Continuing on, I found a life crystal, so that's another health boost, until eventually day 3 came to an end. Alright, let me just say today was a mining grind. With the help of Ore Excavator, I was able to get more life crystals and suddenly hit the jackpot. Tons of life crystals and a pile of gems. At this rate, we're going to have plenty of crystals to make heart lanterns in the future. In time, I took a break from digging, went back to the surface, and crafted a topaz hook so I could finally stop parkouring like a caveman. Then it was back to wolfram hunting, crafted the wolfram helmet, chest piece, and a summon weapon. But of course, I came up just a little short of the whole set. And just when I thought I could call it a night, a blood mood rolled in. So instead of relaxing, I spent the night getting jumped by zombies and trying to defend my NPCs. Day 5, the blood moon was a total bust. Nothing good dropped, just a bunch of angry zombies wasting my time. So I decided to spend the whole day building a snow house. In the future, I eventually wanted a pylon system, so it seemed like a good idea to start now. I could not think of anything, and it was a simple idea at first, but it took forever. Gathering the materials, shaping everything right, making sure it wasn't just a sad ice cube. It was a whole big deal, not gonna lie. But after way too much time placing and rebuilding the blocks, the house was finally coming together. Other than spending probably way too much time on my snow house and literally doing nothing else, day 5 was coming to an end. But honestly, I was pretty proud of the finished product, even though in the future I would add more decoration. Day 6 was more of the same, still building the snow house. After what felt like an eternity of placing blocks, it finally was completed. After all that long, hard work, I took a break from construction to finish my wolfram armor, so now I've got the full set. With that done, I started working on making my arena to make it look a lot nicer and actually be viable, because if I'm gonna fight for my life, I better have a nice arena for the boss. This day was honestly just a bunch of decoration and cleaning things up, nothing too interesting, and eventually the day came to an end. Day 7 was all about upgrades, still working on making the arena look better for future boss fights, and I was able to finish it later in the day. After that, I headed to the jungle to hunt for materials to craft the snapthorn. I would need lots of stingers, jungle spores, and vines. Along the way, tons of dangerous enemies, lots of close calls, but after some grinding, I finally got the necessary materials for it. Now I've got a solid whip for my summon build, and things are starting to come together. Day 8 started with big plans. I set out to craft the King Slime summon and take him down. Got everything ready, summoned the boss, and yeah, I failed miserably. Turns out King Slime does not mess around when you're not fully prepped.
Dude, this boss does so much damage.
So after that humbling experience, I decided to switch gears and head back to the jungle to start building a house there. In the near future, we will eventually be able to get the pylon, which will be a very helpful teleporting system. Continuing on, day 9 was kinda packed. Still working on the jungle house, it's slowly coming together. But in between building, I went hunting for some accessories and ended up finding the golfer, so that was a nice bonus. Did some exploring in the underground desert too, which was sketchy but worth it. I found some new summon weapons that could be worth it in the future. Back at base, I finally set up a magic storage system, which is basically a mod that allows all items to go to one place and not have to worry about random chests around the house. Soon after that, I then wrapped up the day with more mining, still on the hunt for better accessories, but we're slowly getting set up. Day 10 is here and we are a 10th of the way done. We were out there looking for more accessories, but couldn't find anything, and finally managed to just craft the Hermes boots along with a few other helpful upgrades, because in Calamity for some reason you can craft literally everything, which is super nice to know. After preparing myself when night hit, a blood moon started and spent literally the whole time farming a blood moon. I wanted some accessories and other things from it, but I was unfortunate enough to not get anything. Then later on I headed to the Crimson to farm more vertebrae for future boss summons. Not the best day, but definitely a productive one. Day 11 was more vertebrae farming. While grinding, I managed to snag feral claws, which was a nice surprise. Feeling bold, I tried fighting King Slime again, and yeah, it still felt impossible.
Get out of my face!
So I took a step back, started fixing up the arena to give myself a better shot, and gave it another go. Let's just say progress was made, but King Slime is still out here bodying me like personal.
Fuck off! There's so many slimes! Dude, I'm gonna lose it. 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 No! Wait, that was low-key our best attempt.
Day 12 was a big day. I was still struggling with King Slime at first, but after so many countless tries, I finally killed King Slime.
Let's go!
It felt amazing. Decided to farm him again, but I instantly died. After that, I took on the Torch God, which really wasn't a boss, and decided to shift focus on prepping for the Desert Scourge. Once I was all set, I was getting ready for day 13 to fight him. Day 13 here, we got started.
Oh my god. Dude. Calm. We're locked, we're locked, we're locked, we're locked. Oh my god. There's just one left. There's just one left. Oh my god, we did it.
The fight was rough, I kept dying, but eventually I was able to beat the Desert Scourge, which was great. Finally progress was being made. With the newly gained materials, I crafted some Victide armor, and I received a shiny new weapon from the boss. Soon I'll be ready to go up against the giant clam. Day 14 started strong. I killed the giant clam, which went smoother than expected. After that I started planning to fight the Eye of Cthulhu, but yeah, I died way too many times.
Ah! Dude! How do you do?
So I decided to switch things up and hunt for some sky loot. While up there, I ended up finding some lab loot too, which would allow me to get a little ahead for a future boss. Couldn't find anything else in the Sky Island, so I decided to just wait till day 15. Day 15 was a wild one. Started off by crafting a sandstorm in a bottle and a balloon for better mobility. Spent some time buying and fixing the pylon system to make traveling around less of a nightmare. Then it was back to the grind with the Eye of Cthulhu, and I still couldn't beat it.
Oh my god, wait, we had it, we had it. This guy's pissed now. This guy's...
Day 16 was a bit long, but progress was made. I farmed King Slime again, trying to get that last accessory I need, but after all the attempts, I never got it. Taking up the entire day already, once night came, I summoned the Eye, and after a surprisingly simple battle, the Eye of Cthulhu was no more.
Yes!
With the newly acquired loot, Crimson bars were made, and eventually I'd be able to make certain weapons and tools. Spent the rest of the day crafting the crabulon spawn item and working on the arena for the upcoming fight. Day 17 was pretty boss heavy and frustrating. Kicked things off by fighting Crabulon and managed to take it down without too much trouble. Feeling confident, I went straight into a battle with the brain of Cthulhu, and yeah, that confidence didn't last long. I got absolutely wrecked. It took up the entire day. Death after death. I just couldn't stop myself.
Aneurysm.
Day 18 started with a surprise. The Goblin army showed up, but I managed to defeat them without too much trouble. After the invasion, I went looking for the Goblin Tinkerer, and luckily, I found him pretty quickly. Spent some time reforging accessories to clean up my loadout, and then set off to track down one last accessory I've been missing. Coming to the end of day 18. Day 19 was all about preparation and redemption. Spent the morning tracking down that missing accessory, then decided it was time to take another shot at the brain Cthulhu. Before the fight, I reforged a ton of my items to menacing to make sure everything was as strong as it could be. With upgrades in place, I headed back to the Crimson for round 2 with the brain, hoping this time ends better than last time.
I can't see anything. Oh my god, dude! It's not. How?
I'm not even gonna lie, this boss is so hard and ridiculously strong. This day ended and it was not a positive outcome. Day 20 was a straight up grind, but it paid off. Spent the start of the day still trying to beat Brain of Cthulhu, and after a lot of attempts and learning its movement better, I finally took it down. With that out the way, I went back and finished the elevator, so now I've got easy access straight to hell. Coming to the end of day 20. Day 21 was all about digging deep, still mining out the elevator and grabbing as much hellstone as I could once I got to hell. Managed to craft a full set of obsidian armor, upgraded my tools, and made the imp staff to boost my summons. Cleaned up the base a bit too by upgrading the magic storage, then wrapped up the day by starting construction on an arena for the Perforators, preparing for tomorrow. Day 22 was packed. Spent more time finishing up the arena for the Perforators, then jumped into the fight. Overall, one of the easier fights, and I was kind of surprised, but after a bit, I beat him. Following that, I went mining for aerialite ore to get the next tier of gear. Also crafted the bundle of horseshoe balloons, which feels amazing for mobility. Ended the day farming king slime for an accessory I still could not get, so I gave up and started working on crafting the anklet of wind instead. Got a few accessory upgrades in, so overall solid progress. Day 23 was all about the jungle. Spent the start of the day preparing to fight Queen Bee, gathering gear, buffing up. Over-preparing proved to be extremely beneficial as I jumped into the hive and took Queen Bee down, which went smoother than expected. After the fight, I crafted bee armor to boost my summons even more, and finished off the day by creating a cavern house to set up for future storage and pylons, nearing to the end of day 23. Day 24 was a mix of progress and setbacks. Spent more time working on the cavern house, getting the layout right. It was pretty simple, but I guess it would do. Not really a fan of how it looked though. Then I made the Skeletron arena and prepared for the fight. Went in, fought Skeletron, and yeah, I died pretty quickly.
How the f was that?
I decided to switch gears and farm the Desert Scourge for some money. Then use that to buy the Pygmy necklace, reforge it to menacing for more damage, so at least I got something done after the Skeletron fight failed. Day 25 is all about advancements. Spent some time farming the Desert Scourge for more materials, also known as free money. And with that, reforged my gear to get everything to the right modifier. I crafted the fish finder while I was at it. Then it was back to preparing for Skeletron. Once I started fighting the old piece of bones after a few attempts, I finally beat Skeletron. With the dungeon unlocked, I spent the rest of the day exploring, trying to find the right loot, ending day 25. Day 26 was all about preparing for the next big steps. Started by organizing all the loot from the dungeon and killing the Brain of Cthulhu to get more Crimtane. Crafted the Spinal Tap to boost my summons even further, then went on a hunt for Flinksfur to craft the Deerclops summon. I built an arena for Deerclops, which is the simplest arena, and since I'm a pro at this game, after some prep, I killed Deerclops on the first try without too much trouble.
Oh, we did it!
Next up, I started working on the Slime God summon, and by the end of the day, I was fighting the Slime God. Day 27 started off hectic. I was still fighting the Slime God, but I finally beat it with enough time and patience. With the Sticky Blobs dead, I crafted Statagel armor for a major upgrade in summons. Then it was off to the dungeon to hunt down a specific staff I've been wanting. Soon acquiring what I need, I started crafting a brand new sick weapon, and I spent the rest of the day farming Slime God for extra materials. Coming to the end of day 27. Day 28 was a productive one. Started off by reforging items and crafted a new weapon. After that, I made the Terra Spark boots, which was a game changer for movement. Decided it was finally time to start building an ocean house since I was being very lazy, but first, I tackled the Acid Rain event. Once that wrapped up, I got back to the ocean house construction. Good progress was being put into it, but definitely needed more work until I was happy with it, finishing off this day. Day 29 was all about making the ocean house. Spoiler alert, it turns out amazing. Spent the entire day gathering resources and building, trying to get the perfect vibe for a seaside base. It's a slow process, but it's coming along nicely. Not much else today, just focused on making sure the house is functional and looks good to my standards. Day 30 was more of the same, still making the ocean house, adding some final touches, and making sure everything fits together. I took a break to build the Hell Bridge, getting ready for the Wall of Flesh fight, and spent the rest of the day preparing for Wall of Flesh, gathering the last few things I need before diving into that battle. Little did I know that this fight is absolutely horrible. Day 31 was stressful. Started the day by preparing for the Wall of Flesh, but when I finally faced it, I died. So close, not really. Figured I needed more upgrades, so I decided to switch things up and looted the Abyss, where I got the Herring Staff, which is a strong and powerful staff. Spent some time reforging gear and made sure everything was ready for this fight. Then wrapped up the day farming the Desert Scourge for some money because I am broke as f***. Day 32 was all about the Wall of Flesh. Was at Desert Scourge because we all know why at this point. Once satisfied, I went to go fix up the Wall of Flesh bridge to make the next fight smoother. Give it another go and died to Waff again. I'm not giving up though. Reforged all my accessories to warding for better defense, thinking my defense was the problem. I'm now gearing up for another fight. Day 33 and Wall of Flesh is still bullying me. Spent most of the day extending the bridge even further to give myself more room to work with. Between attempts, I've been farming the Desert Scourge yet again for money, because at this point, Wall feels impossible without some serious upgrades. This boss is the end of me. This day is the exact same, just a bunch of preparation and getting ready to fight Wall of Flesh. This boss is awful. Like, awful.
Lock in! Lock in! No, he's at 2,000!
Day 35 was huge. Fought the Wall of Flesh again, and after too many attempts, I finally beat it. And since this took so long, I'll let the full fight play out.
Yes! Yes! Oh.
Got the Summoner Emblem as a reward, which is perfect for my build. Spent some time reforging accessories to make the most of the new accessory. Then ended the day camping out a Blood Moon to see what I could farm up. Finally, into Hardmode with new stuff to acquire. Day 36 kicked off Hardmode the correct way, hunting spiders in the underground for spider fangs, and after slaughtering families of spiders, I crafted spider armor and spider summon weapons, giving my summons a serious upgrade. With that done, I'm now planning out a Hardmode mob farm to keep the gear and gold flowing. Shout out Waffle Time for this crazy farm. This Hardmode farm was the focus for today. Spent most of the day digging, wiring, and getting the layout just right. It's a slow build, but once it's done, it'll make getting Souls of Light or anything else I need way easier. Boring and long day, but will prove to be extremely beneficial, especially with these Zerg potions in Calamity. Day 38 was more time finishing up the Hardmode farm. Lots of tweaks and testing it to get it working smoothly. Finally got it done and spent the rest of the day just sitting at the finished farm, watching all the loot. I was too lazy to do anything else, so the day ended here. Day 39 was pretty chill, still sitting at the farm and letting it do its thing while I worked on some upgrades, crafted the caustic staff for a new weapon, and also made a new accessory, the Grand Gelatin, which is a super strong healing accessory. Wrapped up the day by getting ready to look for new wings because rocket boots did not cut it anymore. Day 40 was pure chaos. Pirates invaded, which was pretty annoying, but I managed to finish the pirate invasion without too much trouble. After that, I started hunting for new wings. Along the way, I got a new summon weapon, then farmed some wyverns, and finally, after committing genocide on the pixies, I was able to craft the pixie wings, which in Calamity, certain wings give certain buffs, just like how the pixie wings give a nice health buff. Day 41 was packed. Started hunting down an ice golem, then used the drops to craft the cool whip, which is a big upgrade to my previous whip and would be the first hard mode whip. After that, I made a goblin battle standard and fought the goblin army again. Came out with a new accessory to get an extra minion slot. Spent some extra time farming the desert scourge and ended up with a ton of money. Once upgraded, I'm off to hunt for the queen slime summon. Day 42 was busy with boss battles and upgrades. Took on queen slime, and with the right mobility and dodging, she was honestly some light work. Following the fight, I collected materials to craft the palladium pickaxe and axe, which were long overdue. Then I made the cryogen summit and bought an ultima cake to get ready for some crazy buffs. Spent some time fixing up the ice arena to make the next fight easier, then jumped into the cryogen battle. It was a long battle, but by the end of the night and close to the morning, we were able to get there and beat cryogen just before the next day. Day 43 was toned down a lot. After the fight, I took a break from combat and started working on a desert house. This took up the entire day, and I tried putting a lot of effort into this house, just like the ocean one. That was literally it. It was pretty boring. Day 44 was all about building. Work was being put in on this desert house for most of this day, but finally got it finished, which I thought looked pretty damn good. Spent the rest of the evening just waiting the night out because I was bored and couldn't think of anything to do. That was it. Day 45 was a bit of everything, gathering more materials to fix up the interior of the winter house, then chilling at the farm for a while and stacking up a bunch of loot. Not gonna lie, this farm is so helpful and I recommend everyone make it. After enough time, I decided to take on the twins, and yeah, they're impossible right now. Gonna need a better plan, because Calamity buffed these guys too much, cutting our day 45 short. Day 46 was laid back, hunting for life fruits in the jungle to boost that max HP and searching for Shimmer to start unlocking some upgrades and transformations. When I tell you I could not find the Shimmer, I could not find it. I even had to go to Terra map and put my world file in to find it, and if I didn't, I wouldn't have found it and it would have been lost forever. Overall, very boring day with nothing much to do at all, coming to the end of day 46. We made so much progress on day 47. Found Shimmer and used it to craft the Vital Crystal and a Geosphere for some permanent regeneration and defense. Spent time cleaning up the arena, then went farming for the Berserker Glove, which in my opinion is a vital accessory, especially since in Calamity it provides extra health as a bonus. I then attempted killing Queen Slime for the Blade Staff, but no luck. End of the day fighting the twins again and building a massive platform to hopefully make the next attempt smoother. Please. Day 48, we grinded, but it paid off. Kept expanding the huge platform for a cleaner boss fights, then went back to fighting Queen Slime, hoping for the Blade Staff. I didn't get it at first, so I farmed the Desert Scourge for them coins, and finally got the Blade Staff by buying treasure bags from this one lady. Did some reforging, then jumped into the big fight, and with enough preparation, I was able to skillfully kill the twins. We got it. We got it. We did it. Wrapped up the day fixing up relics and organizing the base a little bit. Day 49, we were hustling, mining new ores and getting geared up. Once enough materials, I ended up crafting the Orichalcum Anvil. Spent a while farming sharks, then finally made the Aquatic Scourge summon. Headed over to the Sulphurous Sea to build an arena, and wrapped up the day by fighting the Aquatic Scourge, which was a refreshing boss fight.
I'm throwing. I'm bad.
Today was chaotic in the best way. Solar eclipse hit, and right in the middle of it, the Destroyer randomly showed up, and I got After recovering, I went back to fighting the Aquatic Scourge, managed to get the Contaminator and some cleaning solution for future biome control. Ended the day still trying to kill the Aquatic Scourge. This boss is like an easy destroyer, but I'm just being dumb and kind of letting it kill me right now. Day 51 was a big one. Still fighting Aquatic Scourge at the start, but after a bit, I finally took it down. Knocked out Acid Rain Tier 2, and then killed the Cragmaw Mire right after, checking it off the boss list. Went back to the Aquatic Scourge one more time and actually got the summon weapon I was after, which was a big relief because at this point I'm tired of fighting this boss. I reforged it, then jumped straight into a fight with the Destroyer and won, of course.
Wait, we did it. We did it.
Day 52 was a farming miracle. Just sitting at the Hardmode farm, and I got the Rod of Discord, which was absolutely crazy. But then I soon realized that you can buy it from the wizard, and now I don't feel less special. Quickly after, started getting ready for the Skeletron Prime fight, which meant a trip to hell for materials and gathering more hard mode ores to finish upgrades. Prepping for a rough battle ahead, and I mean, like, extremely rough battle.
What the?
Day 53 was about upgrades and preparation. Kept mining and finally crafted the titanium forge. Took some time to fix up storage and make new tools for an easier time farming. Then headed back to hell for more materials, crafted the brimstone boss summon, and jumped into a fight with the brimstone elemental, which feels more like a side boss than an actual main boss. And that was the end of day 53. Day 54 was intense. Kept battling the brimstone elemental. Finally killed it, but jumped right back in for another round. Between fights, I spent some time farming desert scourge to stock up for future reforges. Finished the day prepping to take on Skeletron Prime and hopefully slaughter the Skeletron lineage.
I am so bad at this game, bro. Nope. You destroyer, go kill. Dude, destroyer! I'm gonna. Bro.
Sorry about that. I don't know what came over me. Anyways, day 55 was straight to the point. With an item called the Cosmolite, I'm able to skip days and nights. So, me being lazy and just wanting to fight Skeletron Prime, I skipped the entire day and fought him. Probably shouldn't have done this on a 100-day playthrough, but oh well. Okay, so since I was doing the same stuff, day 56 to 60 was too repetitive. Reforged some gear, crafted batwings, and even picked up a pogo stick for fun. It would actually prove to be very beneficial later. Spent some time farming for the Blessed Apple, fixing the arena, and grabbing potions to get fully ready, then dove into another Skeletron Prime fight. I kept skipping the next couple of days and fought Prime at night, but failed miserably every time. I'll just let the footage speak for itself.
Dude. Are you... Dude,
Day 60 though was different. Skipped the day and immediately started fighting him once more, and after enough times I got his movement down and was finally able to beat Skeletron Prime.
Please, 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 please. Yes!
Oh my god. Oh my god. That boss is a menace, and I don't know anyone like how you could beat that. Day 61, we got a ton of upgrades. Made Angel Treads and the Vengeful Sun Staff, then reforged a bunch of gear to the correct modifier. Spent some time exploring the jungle for life fruits and crafted the Blood Orange, which increases max health. Skipped to the night because, well, lazy. Fought the Destroyer and did not go well. I died, but bounced back by fighting the twins and won surprisingly. Not quite sure how. Wrapped it up by crafting a new summoner accessory, hallowed armor, and hallowed storage. Then upgraded my scarf and hit another round of reforging. There was a lot made today and would hope for future fights, ending day 61. Day 62 crafted the Calamitas clone summon and spent a bit clearing up the arena. Headed back to fight Brimstone Elemental for some weapon and got it first try, surprisingly. Scooped up some cryonic bars along the way, then came the real test. Fought Calamitas clone, and honestly, it's the easiest boss ever. Got a summon weapon first try again, and went back and beat him again just for fun. And we were done with this day fairly quick. Day 63 crafted the Moab and did a round of reforging. Headed out mining for cryonic ore, and with that made the ornate shield. A bit more reforging, then it was time off to fight Plantera. After a solid battle and all the preparation work into the arena and gear, Plantera was defeated with ease. Wrapped up the day by crafting the Plantation Staff, which is a Calamity exclusive item, which then came to the end of day 63. Day 64 headed back into the dungeon to farm some key gear. Luckily I found the Morning Star, Black Belt, Tabby, and even the Bone Feather. With this loot in hand, I took a trip into the Shimmer and crafted the Ankh Shield, which can be upgraded even further in Calamity. Afterward, went all in and upgraded to the Asgard's Valor, which is a ridiculously strong accessory that took me some time to get. Day 65, exploring the Sky Islands and stumbled across the Corruption Chest. Decided to head back into the dungeon to track down all the bound chests for the exclusive loot they had. I found the Ice Chest and got a new Summon Sentry, as well as grabbed a bunch of others while I was at it. Did some more reforging, then crafted both the Frost Moon and Pumpkin Moon summons. Ended the day by fighting through the Pumpkin Moon, trying to get certain accessories and equipment. Day 66, I got hella loot from the Pumpkin Moon and crafted spooky armor along with a new whip to boost my summons even more. Did some heavy reforging and started using the fuel rod accessory for extra power. Reforged a bit more, then went back to farming Desert Scourge for money. Finished the day by jumping back into the Pumpkin Moon fight to get exactly what I wanted. Day 67, spent the start of the day selling a ton of loot to free up space and rack up some gold for, well, you guessed it, reforges. Crafted the Papyrus Scarab and the Status Blessing accessory to boost minion power even further. Reforged the new accessories for optimal stats. Then I made the Shark Sand boss summon and jumped straight into the fight, which was not even hard at all. After that, I started building an ocean arena to prepare for the Leviathan boss. Ended the day fighting Leviathan, which I've struggled on in the past, so hopefully it wouldn't be the same turnout.
Oh my god.
Day 68, still fighting the Leviathan boss at the start of the day, and we definitely died a little bit.
Oh my god, bro, it's just so frustrating.
Finally killed it without too much trouble. Picked up a new summon weapon and spent some time reforging to optimize gear once again. Waited for night to fall to fight a mech boss for more hallowed bars, then used the materials to expand my hallowed storage. Wrapped things up by heading over to the glowing mushroom biome, going to make a truffle house next. Still working on the truffle house, but made some progress. Picked up the auto hammer crafting station, then went to mine a ton of chlorophyte. Turned it all into chlorophyte, then specter bars, and eventually shrewmite bars, and used those to craft the specter pickaxe and ham axe. Then got started on the Charm of Absolute Luck, which helps insanely with reforges. Bought another beetle accessory and remade the Papyrus Scarab. After some reforging, crafted the Astral Chunk and fought the Astral boss. Killed it twice because why not? It was just that easy. Coming to the end of day 69. Day 70, spent some time sorting items and crafting the depth diving gear to prep for deeper runs in the Abyss biome, which is terrifyingly hard. Headed down into the Abyss for materials and exploration. Now, just getting everything ready to fight Duke Fishron. It's almost time for one of the biggest bosses in Vanilla Terraria. Day 71, started building the arena for Duke Fishron, but halfway through decided maybe later, and switched gears. Headed off to fight Golem instead, spent the rest of the time exploring the Lizard Temple and getting ready for the big Golem fight. Day 72, finished up exploring the Lizard Temple, clearing out the traps and looting everything in sight. Spent most of the time fixing up the main Golem arena, flattening platforms, placing campfires, making it actually survivable. And then getting close to the Golem fight now, and with the correct preparations, Golem will be a breeze, right? Wrong. For day 73, I implemented a hoik system where fireballs can't hit me once they bounce off the wall, which was going to be very helpful. And I literally threw down every buff I could think of. Tried fighting Golem, but he's just built different. Absolutely impossible right now. In Calamity, they buffed him to an extreme amount where even I, a Terraria pro, can't beat it. Day 74, still trying to take down Golem, and it's been rough. I took a break to farm Desert Scourge for cash and all that good stuff, and then went back for Golem again. With enough YouTube video tutorials and practice, this time I was finally able to beat Golem. Victory at last. Wrapped up the day by heading off to mine Scoria ore, which is the next tier of ore you can get in Calamity. Ending day 74. Day 75 here, crafted hydrothermic armor and some new wings for better mobility, then made and ate the miracle fruit for that juicy max health boost. After some reforging, jumped into the Duke Fishron fight, killed him with enough effort because I'm a god, then fought him again just for fun because I wanted more money. Closed out the day by diving into the Frostmoon event for some new potential loot. Day 76 was simple. Spent the start of the day organizing loot, then headed into the jungle to hunt for plague canisters. After gathering enough canisters, I crafted the Plague Goliath summon and jumped straight into the fight, which from past experience, I know this boss isn't too hard with the right movement. Unfortunately, I took too many attempts and had to continue the next day.
What? God, bro. Yeah, do like a... Oh my god.
Day 77, I'm still fighting the Plague Goliath at the start, but as I said earlier, with the right strategy, you're able to take him down, and soon enough, he died.
Yes!
With that out the way, built the codebreaker and slapped on a decryption computer to fight the eventual Exomech boss. Now, off the hunt for the labs and start encrypting a bunch of mysterious nonsense that is just a huge waste of time, and I forgot to do it way earlier in the playthrough, so I'm doing it now. Day 78, still digging through the labs and encrypting whatever tech garbage I can find. Finally crafted a new turret summon because I'll never complain about more damage, and I've never seen this thing before. Rounded out the day by farming Desert Scourge again because at this point it's basically my part-time job. I'm sorry, this is very repetitive. The money is just too good. Day 79 started by selling off loot and then got to work on a huge arena for the Empress of Light. All you gotta do is build huge platforms that go literally across the world, and that's good enough. Built a small house in the hallowed biome to buy some hallowed solution from the Contaminator, and kept expanding the arena while hunting for prismatic lacewings. Then jumped into the fight with the Empress of Light once I had enough. After that night, day 80, we took a fat L against the Empress of Light, but bounced back by crafting plaguebringer armor and snagging some fresh summon weapons from Goliath treasure bags. Did some reforging, then jumped right back in to try fighting the Empress again. The rest of the day was fighting the Empress of Light with hope of receiving the amazing Terra Prisma.
No, I saw it at the last second. No, No. Yes!
Day 81, Yurimir would be proud of me. Finally beat the Empress of Light and scored the legendary Terra Prisma. Did some reforging, then farmed Desert Scourge and sold off loot. Bought a treasure bag, got the kaleidoscope, reforged again, and I'm now gearing up to farm Stellar Colex in the astral biome for a new accessory that'd be very beneficial for my build. Day 82 started out by crafting the Star Tainted Generator, did some more reforging, then took on the Ravager, beat him very easily, and scored a new summon weapon. Ate a consumable for a permanent buff on my character, reforged some more, and jumped into the fight with the Lunatic cultist. Beat him too because, well, he's a joke. Moved on to the Stardust Pillar, defeated it, then crafted the Stasis Curse accessory along with the Dragon and Stardust Staff. Finished off by working on a super confusing new accessory that might take way too long to figure out, but eventually would be worth it. Day 83, still figuring out that super confusing accessory, but managed to finally craft the Absorber. It is one of the craziest healing accessories I've ever seen. Did some more reforging, took on the Vortex Pillar, and now gearing up to fight the Nebula Pillar, ending day 83. Day 84, gathering fragments and crafted a bunch of dyes to freshen up the gear, getting ready to take down the last Solar Pillar. Moonlord's coming up soon, so I quickly prepared. Before he was summoned, I crafted the Stardust Hamax and the Moonlord summon while I still had some time. With Moonlord now here, with enough preparation and all this extra loot and summon weapons and the cool Calamity gear I have, Moonlord was simple and he was not even buffed by any Calamity mods at all. So we killed him first try. Day 85 spent more time reforging, then realized I had to wait till night to fight Astromdeus. Meanwhile, jumped back into fighting the Moonlord again, made half the Stardust armor, crafted Galaxy Crystals, kept reforging, and finished the Stardust armor plus the Stardust pickaxe. Skipped ahead to night for the Astromdeus fight because I was bored and couldn't think of anything else to do. Had to go at it multiple times because, well, that fight's ridiculous. Mined some astral ore, made the ethereal core for a permanent buff, and celestial tracers, which are some pretty crazy wings, and started working on a really complex summon weapon. Day 86, still grinding on that complex summon weapon, and crafted the Flowers of Mortality. Took on a solar eclipse and made a Deathic amulet while reforging gear. Sadly, my Goblin Tinkerer died, and I accidentally triggered the pillars again, which was low-key a big blunder, but I guess I can get more fragments. Instead, headed to the dungeon next and gearing up to fight Leviathan for a certain drop, closing out day 86. Day 87, I'm still battling Leviathan. I got what I needed, but of course wanted something else too. Took down a mini-boss for a drop, crafted the Heart of the Elements, and did some reforging. Then faced off against 2 Celestial Pillars before heading to the dungeon. Made Providence Guardian summon, scored a new summon weapon from an enemy, reforged again, and jumped into a fight with the Guardians. This boss gives me very intense PTSD from last time. Here's where bosses start to get super intense in this playthrough. Thankfully, I started the fight with Folly, which didn't take too long, and he went down pretty quick. Grabbed the consumable and jumped into the Providence fight. Providence is pretty damn annoying, but with the summon build, I knew it wouldn't take too long before I killed him. No. Oh my god, man. Fixed up the arena, but still can't quite beat Providence yet. Switched things up and fought the Pumpkin Moon just for fun, and it would get my bag up in the meantime for future reforges. Day 89, I'm still fighting Providence, but planning to take on the Solar Eclipse next for certain fragments, But then I just realized I don't get the good loot until after the Devourer of Gods is killed, so it ended up being a fat waste of time. I'm going to try fighting Ceaseless Void, but I can't beat him yet. Wrapping up the last pillar and gearing up for Moonlord, I'm still farming Scourge on the side for the new weapons I need to reforge in the future, ending day 89. Day 90, I'm still grinding Scourge for all that good stuff and stocking up on potions. Back at it, trying to take down Ceaseless Void again, but I quickly realized this boss is insanity. I'm gonna lose it! No. No, that's great. That's fucking great. I get hit with another. What? Day 91, I'm still going at it with Ceaseless Void. This boss just won't quit and is a huge pain in the ass. I'm gonna go crazy if I gotta keep fighting this boss. You don't. Oh! No, I saw the. Oh my. No, I ran into him. I hate this a passion. Oh no, I had it. No, I thought comes by the platform. Yep, you guessed it. I'm still locked in the battle with Ceaseless Void. I made some tweaks and adjustments to the arena and then jumped right back into the fight. Let's see if this time's the charm. It wasn't. Day 93, I don't like this game. Day 94, this boss is horrible. But once I finally felt like I memorized his attack pattern, I took him down and it was life-changing. We did it. We did it. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, we did it. Oh my god. Scored a summon weapon, which was so relieving. And next up, I fought and killed Stormweaver, which for some reason is after the Ceaseless Void, which is ridiculous because this boss is a joke. And now I'm going head-to-head with Signus, who is also a ridiculously stupid boss. Day 95, finally beat Signus after a tough fight, crafted a massive dragon summon weapon to celebrate. Now I'm gearing up to mine some Ulebloom ore, I think that's how you pronounce it, that took up the entire rest of day 95. Day 96, still mining away and crafted the Veered Vanguard using Ulebloom bars. Did some reforging, then went to the ocean to hunt the Martian invasion. Fought them more times than I can count, hoping for a certain drop to make a weapon. With enough time, it was done, and I made the Taurus staff and a new pickaxe, plus some more reforging. Day 97, we grinded hard today. Started crafting the Tarragon armor, which would be a huge upgrade from the Stardust set, and soon after went straight to fighting Providence for the right drops. Got it done and made both Tarragon armor and wings. Then ate the Elderberry for another permanent health boost. After some reforging, fought Providence in the underworld, snagged the Elysian Aegis accessory, which eventually led to more reforging, of course. Headed to the dungeon to fight Polterghast and killed it first try. Ate another consumable, crafted the serious weapon, and got another drop from the Polterghast. Now I'm off to bully Golem for one last thing I need, ending day 97. Day 98, after Golem went home to craft the Warlock's Fist, which is a solid summon upgrade, decided to head to the underworld for a Bloodstone, but then switched plans and started fighting Ravager instead because it is a lot quicker to get Bloodstone core. Did some more forging and now it's back to fighting Ravager for some more money and materials. Day 99, crafted a bunch of blood cores, ate a consumable for a boost, and started making the blood armor. Reforged the Elysian wings, then crafted the Phantom artifact and Profane Soul artifact. Switched to using the Affliction accessory to greatly increase my health along with defense and damage. Yep, did some more reforging and finally got ready to fight Old Duke. Realized I needed a better fishing rod, so I made one and now I'm finally fighting him. Which, from past experience, he isn't too bad. Day 100, still battling Old Duke, but finally killed him and snagged a summon weapon. Switched gears to farming Desert Scourge and sell enough loot. Unfortunately, I didn't get the weapon I wanted from Old Duke's bag, but it's whatever. So I then decided to continue on and prepped for the next boss by reforging before jumping into the most annoying fight ever made in Revengeance Master Mode Calamity. Devourer of Gods is probably the worst boss ever and took way too long to kill. I just want to say sorry for anyone who's trying to beat this boss. I pray for you. This is miserable. Holy damage. Dude, how am I ever going to beat this boss? No. No.
Nesse C1,
God damn it.
in the beginning,
No!
Came out of nowhere.
No, I'm teleporting!
Let it go. Down with the bird.
Oh my god.
No! No, why? No, why?
I'm serious. Oh god.
Let it go.
No! Kill him! Please! Yes! Oh my god! 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 Oh! 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 Oh my god! Oh my god! Holy sh! Oh my god. Dude. That was ridiculous. Finally, after a painstaking journey, I killed this super fun boss and was able to move on to fighting the solar eclipse and pumpkin moon for some new fragments. Day 112, I spent time organizing loot, then started working on an OP summon weapon mirror. Crafted the Cosmic Anvil, followed by two new summon weapons. Took them for a spin against the Ravager to test their power. Did some more reforging to fine-tune the new gear, and then jumped into the Frostmoon event to get the last bit of fragments I needed. Day 113, organized more loot, crafted the Asgardian Aegis and Nucleogenesis. Damn, how did they come up with these names? Then I put together the Silver Armor and Silver Wings for a serious upgrade, made the Dark Sun Ring and Sponge for extra buffs, and then spent some time fighting Ravager to farm Bloodstone, and then crafted the Chalice of the Blood God and Stasis Void Sash, and also made the Elysian Tracers. All very important accessories, key to movement and upping my summon damage. Ultimately wrapped up the day with some heavy reforging to polish everything up. Day 114, still deep into reforging gear, then shifted to farming Desert Scourge and selling off loot. Retrieved the Destroyer of Gods summon weapon and grabbed more Cosmic Bars. Crafted the Endo Hydro Staff and kept reforging the newly made stuff. Tested new gear on the Ravager, then jumped straight into the Old One's army. Finished the day building a huge arena for Yharon, getting ready for the big showdown with the jungle bird. Day 115, still hard at work building out the Yharon arena, making sure it's perfectly set up for the upcoming battle. No shortcuts here, just grinding out the details. With Yharon, since he's such a crazy boss, you have to make the arena to the sky and underground a bit for just enough room. Day 116, jumped into the Yharon fight, and it took me a little bit to get used to him, but soon after I died, I took him down on the second try with ease. Celebrated by crafting and eating the dragon fruit for a nice permanent boost. Now gathering materials to craft new gear, heading out to mine auric ore, and finish the day by making the seraph tracers, which are just upgraded celestial tracers. Day 117, still grinding through that crazy long crafting recipe, crafted Radiance and Rampart of Deities, then headed out to mine more auric ore, made the auric Tesla armor, and did some reforging. Got ready for the Martian invasion to farm the Xenostaff, and got it thankfully first try. Crafted the Midnight Sun Beacon, reforged some more, and wrapped up by fighting Yharon again, this time aiming for a super strong summon weapon. Day 118, still grinding through the Yharon fight, but finally got his summon weapon. Switched gears to farming Destroyer for some extra cash, then moved on to farming the Worm to stack up even more money. If someone in the comments can count how many times I have said reforged and killing the Desert Scourge, I'll give him a cookie. Day 119, spent time reforging to perfect stats, finish up crafting the Codebreaker, and jump straight into the fight against the Exomechs. This boss is pretty miserable and can be quite hard. After going back and forth with the Exomechs for 2 days, I was finally able to take him down and acquire the juicy treasure bag he dropped, quickly ending day 121. Day 122, figuring out what new gear I can craft next, but before that, built Draydon's Forge and the Cosmic Materializer to boost crafting options. Did some more reforging, then jumped into farming bosses to stack up some quick cash, ending this day fairly quick. Tried to get an Exomech summon weapon by buying treasure bags, but wasn't getting what I wanted, so I got tired of losing money and switched to killing Yharon instead. Still, I had to go back to the Exomechs because, well, I need the money and materials. Eventually, I realized that you have to kill the mechs in a different order for different drops. It's not till way later I figured this out. Day 124, just want that summon weapon but need the cash first. Spent time farming Slime God and crafted the Altar of the Accursed. Fought Calamitas clone, then went back to grinding Exomechs because those summon weapons won't get themselves, and I am bad at the game and can't seem to kill this damn boss. Day 125, still grinding for that summon weapon. Thought about getting the community summon, but decided to hold off for now. Started fighting Exomechs, then I stopped because this game is terrible, and switched back to farming Slime God for money instead. Sometimes you gotta give up in order to get what you want. Sun Tzu or someone who said this, probably, I think. Day 126, we're doing the same thing, farming money and trying to kill Exomechs, but it's failing. I could not kill the mechs the first day, but went into day 128 and I was able to make something happen and got the new summon weapon, finally. We finally got the summon weapon. Tried going back for the last weapon, but I quickly remembered how much I hate that boss. So I decided it was time to switch it up and fought the witch instead. And honestly, I thought it was going to be a lot harder, but we ended up beating her. We are so close to the end of this playthrough. Day 129, figuring out what new gear I can craft next, and hunting for more auric ore. Made some shadow spec bars, and crafted the Angelic Alliance accessory. Picked up a treasure bag, did some reforging, and finished the day by making Demon Shade armor, which is the highest tier armor in the game. Day 130, still crafting a bunch of gear, and jumped back into fighting the Devourer of Gods for a weapon. Finally made the Flame Steed ring weapon, did some reforging, and went back to fighting Devourer of Gods for more money. Also finally figured out how to make my mech suit work. You just have to hold a melee weapon, which is the coolest thing and most insane thing I've ever seen. Crafted more shadow spec bars, made the universe splitter, and ended the day fighting the witch for more drops. Day 131, I'm still getting gear and materials from the witch and finally got some good loot. Made some more shadow spec bars and started crafting a new item called the Endogenesis. It is a brand new summon weapon. Day 132, I crafted the Shattered Community and spent time reforging gear to optimize stats. Skipped ahead tonight to level up the Shattered Community and get it battle ready. Day 133, we headed to the Abyss to grab the terminal for the final boss in Calamity. Then jumped straight into boss rush. Time to see how well I can hold up under pressure of every single boss. The battle was intense, we died a bit, but with enough focus killing boss after boss and going back and forth, as well as going into day 135, we were finally able to make something happen. Finally got the princess to show up for the candles that provide intense buffs. Took on the boss rush again, loaded up on tons of potions, and finally beat it. It was finally done for now. If you made it this far, I just want to say thank you so much for staying till the end and all the support you guys give to me. Like, it's actually crazy. I've been very busy lately, but I've been grinding on this video, which was a ton of work, and I would appreciate it if you guys could leave some support. If you guys want to see more or even a different game, let me know. I'm open to ideas. Also, make sure you subscribe. Like, you made it this far. Just click the big red button. Okay, bye now.